Tell me a company secret that you can share because you don't work there anymore.
The employees of the Lego brand Lego stores, the yellow ones that say Lego on them, are paid based on the success of the company, not based on the success of the store. So if you buy your Lego sets from a toy store or from Walmart or from a bookstore, Lego store employees still benefit. So our job at the Lego store is not to sell you Lego, it's to make sure you have a good time. If you have a good time with Lego, you can buy it anywhere and we will benefit. Because our job is to make you like Lego, we're super nice to you. And if you're nice to us, we will be even more nice to you. I've literally given Lego pieces to people who were nice to me. We're allowed to do that. Nobody gives a shit how much money you spend at the Lego store. The only thing that matters is how nice you are.
So this TikToker shared a really amazing story of what it's like to work at the Lego store. And if you're thinking to yourself, wow, that sounds like a really great place to work, well then I have some news for you. You might like socialism. Because here's the thing, with that company, the big problem that exists with it is that those benefits could be taken away at any minute and the company could completely change its payment structure. But ultimately sharing profits and creating a work environment where the incentives of the employees actually leads to them to create a more friendly, welcoming, and fun workspace is actually what would happen if we had real economic democracy. If we put effort into making sure that workplaces were democratically controlled by the workers, then people would structure their workplaces to make sure that the things that make the employees happy are also the things that help the company to succeed. And then when the company does succeed, the money is actually used to the benefit of the workers. And while sure, this exists under capitalism where the company isn't an economic democracy, but once again, the Lego company could theoretically take those benefits away at any moment in time. Now, at this point, they don't have any incentive to do so because that structure works with that company in that market. But that's not true everywhere. In fact, it's not true for most workplaces. And the reason why it's not true for most workplaces is because when you have capitalist enterprises that only care about maximizing profits, then they will only create incentives for employees that are in line with the profit motives of their company and their industry as a whole. And they won't take into consideration the well-being of the employees, especially in places like warehouses where there's not a lot of customer-facing work to be done. Even though we all know that well-rested, happy, comfortable workers are more efficient and productive, giant companies know that you actually don't have to be that happy, healthy, or efficient as long as you have something like a tracking bracelet or extreme limits on your bathroom breaks keeping you going. And it's also worth noting that Lego doing this is incredibly profitable. It turns out, once again, happy, healthy employees are actually very, very efficient. But this is why socialist economies are so capable of surviving even when they are under invasions or under sanctions. Because when you empower workers to have control over their workspace and when you give workers the fruits of their labor, it turns out that workers are more than willing to do whatever it takes to keep the company alive and to keep the system alive.
This is Ben Carollo with Rebel Headquarters. You can catch my show Galaxy Brain on the Young Turks Twitch channel every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to stay up to date with my content, you can follow me at Benjamin Carollo on Twitter. And for those of you that might be wondering or have noticed, my pronouns are in fact she, her.